everybody, welcome tonight. This is Tupperware's Fun Champion Team, and it is Team Thursday. But tonight we are doing a really fun Perks and Profit with Pizza Perks and Profit. And we are so excited to have you as our guest on with us tonight. So if you're a guest with us tonight, we are super pumped to have you with us this evening and teach you about pizza, perks, and profits with Tupperware. And so we have Pizza Perks and Profits coming to you with the pizza part with Lori. And Lori is one of our star directors. And we're going to have the perks part coming to you from Ellen Lewis, our Park Star Director, and the profit part's coming to you with Loretta DeCenzo Tiber, one of our 2-star directors. And I am your business leader. My name is Pam Clift. And you know what? This business has been so generous to all of us, and we love it so much, and we want you to know about it too. And so if you're a guest with us this evening, we want you to put in the chat, whether you're watching on the team page or watching on the Zoom, we want you to put in the chat, or if you're getting this forward somewhere somehow, we want you to put in the chat that you are here with us and who you're a guest here with, okay? And so just put that in the chat that you are here and you're a guest and who you're here with. And if you are a host, put it in the chat. Now you had a special invitation come to you, and we're really excited about having you here with us. So we have 2 drawings this evening, and those 2 drawings are for some free Tupperware from our studio. And so we want you to have a chance to win that this evening, but we can't give you a chance to win if we don't know you're here. And so put that in that chat so we know you're here and give you a chance to win this evening, okay? And so our studio has a lot of Tupperware. So you want to have a chance to have that free Tupperware from the studio, okay? And so as we get ready to share with you this evening, we had a big surprise come to us today, and that is our Tupperware kit went on sale today. Our Tupperware kit is $370 for the Tupperware, and it's everything right here. All of this generous Tupperware kit is our Tupperware Bonus Kit, and it is traditionally our deluxe kit, $370, normally $119 is what they'll do for anybody that says, hey, I want to try Tupperware. They'll give it to you for $119 to try and see the Tupperware business. However, they put it on sale this morning. And so it is right now available for you to try and see the Tupperware business for, let's see if anybody knows how much it is. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. How much is that Tupperware business kit to try and see Tupperware right now? Put it in the chat. Let's see if anybody knows. See if you've been paying attention. Did you read your Tupperware newsletter today, Salesforce members? How much is that Tupperware kit? Go ahead. Jenny, do we have any answers yet? Who's first? It should be accurate because it's our chat group.
No, but there's a whole bunch of people doing it all at once. First one is Lorraine Bruce, it looks like.
Okay, what did she say?
She said $89.
She's right. Good job. And that's right. It's $89. So you get all of this for $89. The set of bowls alone is $35, and this is our $1 set of bowls. And our $1, you're going to wonder what you did without them once you have them in your home, because they are so practical. And your mom probably had them in her home. In fact, your mom's mom might have had them in her home, because they are the very first set of Tupperware bowls in our line. And Earl Tupper made this set of bowls, and he was so proud of them. And Brownie Wise carried this set of bowls and was so very proud of the set of bowls. Now we've redesigned them and made the shape a little more wonderful. If you look at that, it is truly a gorgeous set of bowls. And our seals are the same traditional seals. We've redesigned the cap and the seal, the tab on the seal a little bit different. And still today, it still says the word Tupperware on the seal and Tupperware on the base always. And so if it doesn't say Tupperware, it's not Tupperware. And so we love our Tupperware traditional beautiful seals. And we also have one of our workhorses in our Tupperware kit, and everybody deserves this beautiful product in their home. If you don't have this in your home, you are going to be so excited to put this in your kitchen. This is our supersonic power chef, and I will tell you, pulling the cord on this will spin this blade in here and chop up anything that you have down inside of there, from your chicken, if you want to chop up your chicken to make chicken salad, to like buffalo chicken dip, to chopping up your onions and your peppers, to making different dips, or if you're going to go ahead and chop up your onions and your celery and your carrots to start a soup or a roast. Oh my goodness, it is so fast and so easy. And if you're not careful, you'll chop it too fine. So do be careful. And this one actually is this complete set where you can take the motor off the top and put it on top of here. It's not an electric motor. It is a hand powered motor, but you can take it off the top, put it on top, the little one, and have the small chopper. And that makes a small workhorse. And oh boy, it is amazingly powerful. Pull this 2 or 3 times and you chop your garlic or chop your onions or anything you want to put inside of here. I will tell you, if you put peanuts in here, you can have peanut butter in just a matter of seconds, and very quick, very effective. Now, another product in our kit is a lot of sampling about our basic, wonderful product lines, and everything from one modular maid to one fridge smart to one vent and serve to one piece of our crystal wave, one of our water bottles, one of our fridge smarts, our amazing measuring spoons and measuring cups, one of our that's bowls, our spatula, which I love, our microwave, our microfiber towels. I love our breakfast maker. And so you'll see that it is a sampling of some of our very best products and sets, and everybody should try Tupperware. I won't say that everybody should sell Tupperware for everybody forever, but everybody should try Tupperware. You never know when you'll find out that it's definitely for you. I have to tell you, I joined Tupperware years and years ago. Yeah, 40 years ago. I can't believe it's been 40 years since I joined Tupperware, but it has. And actually in March, it'll be my anniversary for 40 years. And I will share with you, I joined Tupperware to quit. And I know it's crazy to say that, but I did. I got into Tupperware because I couldn't afford everything I wanted. And I thought, how can I get everything I want? And I'm like, why not join and get a discount, right? I'll go ahead and join. I'll buy everything I want and buy it at wholesale. And then after I get everything I want, I'll go ahead and get out. And I had no intention of staying. And what happened is I already loved the product. But when I got in, I came in for the product. I stayed because I found out it had wonderful people in the company. And I'm here today because of the plan. The people, the product, and the plan. Now, we're going to turn this over to our Lori. Lori is a star director with us, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about the product and showing you how to make pizza in our Tupperware product. It's so easy. But keep on signing in. If you're coming in a little bit late, make sure you sign in so we know you're here as a guest, and so you can have a chance to win that free Tupperware. Go ahead, take it away, Lori.
Thanks, Pam. Hey, everybody. I have somebody with me tonight who wanted to come and help me. This is my husband, Twain. And listening to Pam's story kind of makes me laugh because Pam came into the business to quit, and I didn't come into the business at all. Dwayne came into the business 8 years ago. Yep. He came into the business because he wanted to make some money because he was laid off from his job of 13 years. And we'd been having Tupperware parties for maybe 2 years prior to that. And it was fun. We had 2 incomes, we were fine. Our Tupperware lady, who is now one of my best friends in the business, Ellen Lewis, asked us to do this, or asked me to do this. And I was like, no, I'm fine. I don't, I love the products, whatever. So circumstances changed. And that's the great thing about Tupperware is your circumstance can change. And this just goes right into your life. So He got laid off and he was like, I'm going to sell Tupperware while I look for another job. And sell Tupperware he did very successfully. So here we are 8 years later, and I am now the named consultant, but we still work our business together. So if you have a husband or a spouse or a partner that wants to help you with the business, do that because it's more fun.
Correct.
At least I think it's fun.
Yeah.
You think it's fun?
Yeah.
Doing it with me? So we do our demos together since we're all virtual since 1920. Since 2020, it feels like 1920. We do all of our demos together in our kitchen. So that is the great part of this business in our virtual world. Okay, so we're gonna make pizza in our grill. So this is our MicroPro grill, one of the best products that we have in our line. Everyone needs one of these. I remember when we got this back in 2017, we thought, what in the world are we gonna do with a grill that goes in your microwave and it sears and it will bake with a silicone ring. You can make cakes, but it will cook, it will sear, it will make paninis. What are we gonna do with it? So we use this, I don't know, at least 5 times a week.
Right, yeah. Well, I like making brats straight from the freezer. You can throw them in there. Obviously, it'll take a little bit longer if they're frozen brats. You can do burgers. Our 13-year-old daughter likes to make grilled cheese sandwiches, which is really easy to make. Also, it's a good way to do this. Use this as you have your pizza from the night before. It's in the refrigerator. Throw it in here for a few minutes instead of it being soggy from the microwave. Like if you put it in the microwave, it kind of is like soggy. This will actually kind of stiffen up the pizza again, the bread of it, and then it's kind of almost like you had it from fresh.
I just saw Amy Gardner say in the grill, partially frozen. This guy goes full frozen.
Yeah.
We thought he's so busy. He doesn't have time. Frozen hot dogs, few minutes. So this is really a cool thing. Now we made one for the magic of TV. That's why it's got a little bit of crumbs in it. But this is strictly for your microwave. Unlike Jenny's family that likes to put this in other places besides the microwave, like the oven once, but it withstood whatever her granddaughter or daughter stuck it in the oven. That's not what this is for. This is for your microwave. Yes, this is metal, but it's metal encapsulated by silicone. So it's perfectly safe for your microwave. It's the nonstick surface, just like our Chef Series and our pots and pans. But this susceptor on the bottom gets hot, and this one on the cover gets hot. Yes, so these two susceptors, watch it's hot. These two susceptors get hot. So this grill has 2 positions, and you can't see it on camera, but it has a little icon here on the cover and one on the rim of the grill. So it will show you in which position. You see how I put that all the way down? This is our grill position. So this is where you'll grill your brats, hot dogs, fish,
Chicken breast,
salmon, shrimp, vegetables, anything. You could grill them in here. Okay, you take this top and you turn it a quarter turn like this. So you can see it comes up on the side. So it's got like an air hole on each side. This is your, if you want to make dips or you want to grill, you want to make roasted vegetables.
Super Bowl's coming up.
Yes.
Right here.
Yes.
All those dips.
All the dips. We have tons of recipes. So if this is something you're thinking about, talk to your Tupperware rep. And we have a customer group, and it is called Champion MicroPro Grow Group. So you can be added to that when you get one of these, or added to that to check out all the recipes. We have thousands of recipes, and we have thousands of customers in there as well. So pizza is really simple. So I like to use frozen pizza dough, but when you don't remember that you have to get frozen pizza dough until the day of, you can't use frozen. So the other one would be refrigerated pizza dough. Grocery store didn't have that. Okay, so this is the third option. Now this is a thin pizza crust, and it was big. So Dwayne had the great idea of taking one of our luncheon plates, our party plate, which is smaller than our microwave plate, and he cut it out with our chef's knife. Okay, cut it out. Perfect size for the grill. All right. So with the grill, it's great because there's a channel around it. You don't really need it much in pizza with pizza, but you can see the channel. That channel pulls all the grease from your burgers and your brats. Yes, it will pull the grease away. This being a non-stick surface called Eterna. All right. That is Tupperware's surface. The only thing that you cannot use is cooking spray. The chemicals in the cooking spray will ruin this surface and it will void the warranty that you have on this. But anything else is good. Oh, and no knives. Everything's got to be a spatula, so nothing sharp. But you can use butter, you can use olive oil, you can use olive oil spray, just no Pam or any of those cooking sprays. Okay, that will be bad for this. So with pizza, we're just going to put the thing in there, whatever wrap you have or whatever pizza dough, and go ahead, you can do that all. And you can,
Be a sponsor.
right, we don't get paid to sponsor the products that we get.
Spaghetti sauce or pizza sauce.
This is pizza sauce. So you can put pizza sauce on there. This, as Pam was talking about, this is our orange silicone spatula that comes in our deluxe kit on sale right now. It's amazing. I love it. You can use any kind of spices. This pizza is however you want to make it. So I use pizza seasoning from Penzeys. I don't know if anybody knows about Penzeys. It's in downtown Cleveland, but you can buy in bulk. And these are our mini spice shakers, which were just on sale through yesterday. So if you missed it, I'm sorry. But then you'll have to join us as a discount shopper and watch for them again to buy them at a discount. But I have these in our big spice shakers, and as I go down in quantity or use it up, then I transfer to a small spice shaker. Spice shakers will keep your spices good for 3 years. So it's got a shaker top as Dwayne is shaking it, shaking the pizza.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and then it's got a pour where you can use your measuring spoon, but we don't measure anything. Right, there's the pour. So Pam was also talking about our supersonic. This is our supersonic extra, the big one. Love this. This is good for anything big. We use this all the time. A few pulls is like 200 times with your spatula. So I'm not going to use this big gigantic one, but Dwayne's going to use the supersonic compact. This is the small one. Like Pam said, it's the same motor. It's just a smaller version. So we're not doing a lot of onion. We're going to do a little bit of onion because we like onion, or you can do a little bit of garlic, or this little compact is good for herbs in the summer when you grow your own herbs. It's just this big one doesn't catch the herbs, but the small one will. Okay.
When you use it, either one, remember to take the blade cover off.
Yes, we've had
Otherwise, you're not
customers.
gonna be able to cut anything.
We've had customers say, my chopper doesn't work. Well, they didn't take the blade protector off, so it's not going to work when you protect the blades.
Right.
So we're going to do a little bit of onion. So this is like a quarter, but we're going to probably make another pizza after we're off camera because Dwayne loves pizza. Our daughter loves pizza too. So he's just going to pull it. Okay.
Holy smokes.
That's 4 times that he pulled it. Look at how chopped up it is.
Oh, mackerel.
Look at that. And no
First time I
crying.
used this.
He's not even crying. Yes, he hasn't used the supersonic because it's pretty new.
Awesome.
So, no tears either with your onion. Yeah. So
Otherwise, you're
I could use
crying
mine.
when you cut.
Right. So that's perfect for this size, right? There's no waste. All right. Also, what I wanted to show you, these are our little cutting boards. This is the size that they are. I love this cutting board. This is on sale right now. You can get 3 of these. They just came out today. I don't know the price, but when you join us, you can get 25% off the sales price, which is amazing. So these little blue ones, I'm not kidding you. I have big ones. I do not use them. I use this. I have this one and I have a yellow one and then I have another color. I love this size because it's perfect for me. Whenever I use a cutting board, I use this. All right, so we've got that on there. We're gonna put pepperoni and cheese on. Oh, thank you, Amy. 3 for $25. She is just a fountain of knowledge today. But you get your 25% off, which is amazing. All right, so Dwayne, really quick, is going to grate our cheese. This is our master system. And we grated some cheese in the, because we made one already. So, of course, our dog always barks when we go live.
Okay, okay.
It's all right, Hazel. That's our watchdog. So we grated some already, but this, Dwayne will talk about why we grate our own cheese and not buy bag cheese.
Good. Grating cheese is obviously a lot fresher. You don't get the additives in block cheese. Cool thing is, I know like at Giant Eagle, they have like a cheese section and you get all sorts of crazy cheeses that a lot of times you can't get grated. So that's where this comes in, so it can help you cook. So we got a base here. The top comes off. This is your base, which will suction cup to your countertop. And then what you have to do is you put your thing in here, place it on the counter, and then you have a little locking system. You might be able to hear it click into place. Hey, did you hear that?
I heard.
Okay, so we have our cutting cone, which
The cutting cone. We have a shredder.
The cheese all over the place, but it has a little.
Comes with 2 cones.
Yep. And then this is the handle, and all you got to do is screw it in. That's all it is.
So simple.
Easy to do, clean, everything. So all you do is take your block of cheese, and you got a little plunger here, and just go.
So it will do. Your kids can help you. Your grandkids can help you. But it melts so much better. And like Dwayne was saying, this is fresher. But did you ever notice that waxy feeling on bagged cheese? What that is there's an ingredient to preserve it, to keep it fresh, and it's called cellulose, which is a byproduct of cheese. So nobody wants that. So since we started to, can't have too much cheese. So when you use this shredder, you can shred your own in seconds. Delaney, when we came in, our daughter Delaney, when we came into Tupperware, she was 6. And she used to love helping us. She is now almost 14. Not so much. We have to pay her an allowance to help us shred cheese. So we use this all the time. So, Loretta saw you do that. So the master shredder is amazing. And what Dwayne didn't say is that there are 3 different attachments for this same base. Okay, so you only have to buy the base once and you can have 3 attachments. Okay, so he's gonna put pepperoni on. Oh, he's gonna can't have enough cheese. We're gonna throw some Parmesan on there. Now we could have bought a block of Parmesan, which sometimes we do. And that shreds up really nice too. And then you put it in an airtight container and you can keep it in your refrigerator. So this is basically the way we like pizza. You could get fancy. You could do mushrooms. You could do peppers. He's eating pepperoni too.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, yes. So any way you want to do your pizza, you can do it up in here. And this, you don't want this in the grill position. Isn't that pretty? You don't want this in the grill position because you don't want it to smash down. So you put it in the casserole position. And in a cold grill, not preheated, it took us just 555. Dwayne likes to put everything in the microwave. 222, 333, 555. I said, how long did you cook that? 555. He likes to hit the same button 3 times. Don't ask me why. So just shy of 6 minutes, he puts it in the microwave. But by the magic of television, we have one. So this, in 5 minutes and 55 seconds, we have this pizza. Isn't that nice? So this is a thin crust. So if you're watching your calories, this is really great. And pizza cutter. We don't have the pizza cutter now, but another reason to join us. When you see the pizza cutter, you can buy it. This thing is amazing. So you just cut it and then you can eat it. Okay. So our pizza cutter also has this wheel that is good for pastry. So yeah. Yeah. So there's always a dual purpose with everything with Tupperware. So that is how you make pizza in the grill. Oh, he's going to put it on a plate. It's all fancy. He would normally just fold it up and put it in his mouth, but he's going to show you what it looks like. So that is how you make pizza in your MicroPro grill. So if you have the MicroPro grill, use it. If you don't have it, you really need to get it because it's a time saver and it's fun. You can make all your own recipes. Yeah, now you want pizza to eat them, right? Can't help you. If I had smell-o-vision, I would let you smell it. But that is how you make pizza.
Sounds good
So
to me.
yeah. So I think I'm going to throw it back to Pam. Yes. So back to you, Pam, to talk more about the products.
All right, thank you so much, Dwayne and Lori. And they do work the business together, just like my husband and I. He's behind the camera tonight. He was a police officer for 32 years. He retired. He's full-time Tupperware now. And one of the perks about doing the Tupperware business together is you can look for that opportunity to go full-time together if you choose to. And the Tupperware business allows that. And financially, it's totally doable. So if you look at that as something that you'd like to do someday, coming in and getting started, it's the way to get it to do it. And let's turn it over. We want to talk to you about a fun game. And so I want you to find a piece of paper because you're going to need it in just a minute. Find that piece of paper to play a fun game. And we're going to laugh a little. So it's pretty funny. All right. And so I'm looking for a fun piece of paper, just a piece of paper and a pen, piece of paper and a pencil, so you can play this silly game. Jim and I have traveled the world. When I got into Tupperware, we had never even been on a honeymoon. We were very young, and we had gotten married at a very young age, and so we couldn't afford a honeymoon. And so my dad was a Baptist minister, and so when we got married, there was no honeymoon, and Jim's parents, his father had gotten injured on the railroad, and so there was no money there available for us to be having anything extravagant at all. And so very quaint wedding, and so we were happy though. We were so happy we didn't care. And so when I got into Tupperware, it was really funny because one of the very first things that I put my sights on was, oh, if I could just earn a trip, that would be so cool. When they started talking about trips, I'm like, ooh, a trip, that would be so cool. And so one of the very first trips that they offered, I decided was going to be my honeymoon. And so I started working really hard thinking, I'm going to get it. And so it was a trip to the Bahamas. And I started working for that trip to the Bahamas, and it was a 2-part trip. I could earn the trip, but I had to earn it. I had to earn it level 1, and then level 2 was for my husband to go with me. And so for a while there, I had myself there, but I didn't have Jim with me. And so I would go to my parties and I'd say, I've got the trip, but my husband is still swimming and he doesn't like water. So you have to help me get him on the boat. And it was a joke and it was silly and it was funny, but it was truly a dream come true when I got that very first trip from Tupperware. Needless to say, fast forward 40 years and we've been on 32 trips to different countries. Now we've been on more trips than 32, but we've been to 32 different countries. Can you even imagine? I haven't even been out of the country when I joined Tupperware, and 40 years later, 32 different countries. Now I want you just to stop and think, what if that was you? What if you got to travel? What if you got to do those kind of things? You know what? I have to share, I never would have dreamed that ever could be me 40 years ago. And I just want you to know that I too had just really honestly, really the words couldn't even come to me 40 years ago to think about those kind of dreams. And today I will share with you that the funnest and the most amazing part of this business has been being able to take my husband on amazing trips like that. and to be able to have those kind of memories and those kind of pictures and just to make just memories like that we can, nobody can ever take that away from us. You know, those are wonderful just dreams that have come true. But not just that, the traveling with friends. You know, a lot of times you can travel on trips, but you don't get to go with 35 of your friends. And that was a really fun part of it too. And everything from Hong Kong to, yes, Hawaii to just, now that wasn't another country, obviously, but to just all over the world. One of our favorite trips was, my favorite trip was of course, well, I personally like Italy a lot. And we've been there seven or eight times. Eight times. But, you know, we've been to France, we've been to, just, are you gonna come up with some names?
Oh, okay, France, Germany, Switzerland, Austria,
Norway.
Belgium, Norway, Finland, Estonia,
I was
Russia.
just waiting for him to throw out some names because he usually does. But truly,
Malta.
Malta was
Greece.
very cool. Greece was very cool. Yes. And so I just really, truly a dream come true.
Prague.
So I want to encourage you to dream with me a little bit. Did you get that piece of paper? All right. So now you have to close your eyes. You have to close your eyes. You have to have your piece of paper and your pen. And so we're going to play. All right. And so with that piece of paper, I want you to sit there and we're going to have a really fun time right now. This is a fun game to relax everybody. Each person has your paper. All right. We're going to go to Hawaii on vacation right now. You ready? Go to Hawaii. Are you ready? All right. So I want you to draw an island in the middle of your piece of paper. Draw an island in the middle. You have to have your eyes closed. You cannot open your eyes until the very end. All right. To the left of your island, I need you to draw a ship. All right. And you're surrounded by water, of course, on your ship. So you need to put some fish in the water. Now, so this is Hawaii, of course. So you need to put a palm tree on your island. So it's a really nice day. So you need to put some birds in the air. All right, so the ship didn't get there by itself, so you need to put a sailor on the ship. So he might get hungry, so you need to draw some coconuts on the palm trees. All right, don't look, don't open your eyes. Sailors like to see where they're going. So you need to put some portholes in the ship. And oh, by the way, sailors like entertainment. So you need to draw a hula dancer on the island. Okay, so it's a sunny day. So you need to put the sun in the sky. Okay, so now you can open your eyes. And you're gonna see how well you did. Okay, now you're gonna give yourself some points. All right, so your island, okay, is it in the middle? If it's in the middle, you're gonna give yourself 10 points. So we went to Hawaii twice one time in the same month on award trips. It was crazy. All right, your ship, is it to the left of the island? If that's true, but not touching, you get 10 more points. Okay, so for each fish you have, give yourself 5 points. For the base of the palm tree being on the island, you get 5 points. How you doing? For each bird you drew, give yourself 5 points. If the sailor is on the ship, not swimming, you get 15 points. If any coconuts are on the tree, you get 5 points. If the porthole is on the ship, you get 10 points. If the hula dancer is on the island, you get 15 points. Now, the sun. If it is to the left, you get 20 points. And if it is to the right, you get to add 15 points. If it's in the middle, you get 10 points. All right, add up your points. Put your points in the chat. We want to see who has the most points. Add up all your points and put it in the chat. Let's see who has the most points. That was pretty funny. That was pretty fun.
No.
Whoa. That was pretty fun. All right. So while you're doing that, while you're adding that up, I want to tell you what else we got to find out this morning with our brand new surprise about the kit being on sale. Tupperware also has a 1 week special. Now the kit is only sale for 1 week and then it's off sale. 1 week special, 1 week on sale, $89. And they have this amazing deal. 1 week only, all of this Fit and Serve, all of our brand new champions that come in this week, starting today, and it ends on Wednesday. It ends on Wednesday, the 2nd, February the 2nd. Get all of the Vet and Serve entire set. You get everything here for $30. This set sells for $100, and I believe it's $149, is it? $149 for this entire set? I believe so. Is that right, Jenny? This entire set, $149? Yes. So you get all of the Vet and Serve set for $149. Now, really good news. If you sell $500, brand new consultants, if you sell $500 and you sell that $500 and you sell that $500 before February the 23rd, you are going to get this piece of cookware for $20. Oh my goodness. That's if you come in today. If you come in before February the 2nd, you get this beautiful piece of cookware, this brand new piece of cookware in our line. You get it for $20. Now you have to join Tupperware this week and you have to sell $500 before the 23rd of February. Yes, it has the glass top. You have that beautiful nonstick with no FBOA in it. And that is very important because you don't want that in any of your nonstick cookware, all right? And so, yes, you would get that for only $20. Now, I have something else to tell you that's really, really cool. All of our Salesforce members, including you, if you are brand new, and you come into this business, you are going to have this advantage as well. So all Salesforce members that come into the business right now are going to get this when they submit their first $40 order. And they have all the way until February the 23rd to do that. If they submit their first $40 orders by February the 23rd, even though they have to come in this week to get this set, they have until February 23rd to submit their first $40 orders to get that set for they get the whole set for $30, okay? Normally $149. However, we have a deal for everybody that brings in a friend. You bring in a friend this week and you get all of these knives that normally retails the set of knives. I believe this whole set of knives retails for, they didn't put the retail price on here. I love this set of knives. I love our knives because they have the sleeves on them, which makes them stay sharp. Don't put them in the dishwasher, by the way. Yeah, they're not going to hurt them, but they don't stay sharp. And I love the sleeves because they stay so much sharper because they don't get dulled in the drawer. A lot of times your knives get dulled in the drawer. I also love the knives because the sleeves, yeah, I didn't know $68 for all the knives. I also love the sleeves because if I'm taking it anywhere, I don't have to worry about it stabbing through the bag or something like that. It comes with 2 of the little paring knives, which are the most practical. You're going to use this all the time and they're always dirty. So it's really nice to have 2 of them. And this actually happens to be my favorite knife. I use this constantly, the shredded edge, because I'm always pulling it out to use it. And so you're going to want 2 of those. And then you have this red one that is also a very practical knife. Yeah, I use this little guy all the time. Great for cutting the apple. I don't know why I like to use that one for cutting my apple, but I like using that one for cutting my apple. And so you're going to get all 4 of these knives. And those knives are only going to be $15 if you get a recruit this week. And they sell $40. Now, why are they going to sell $40 before the 23rd? Because they want this, all right? And so if you come in and you get this and you bring a friend in and they sell $40 and they get this, you get this. That's awesome. Now, if you bring in 2 friends, the second, that is just so exciting because if you welcome 2 people, you can end up getting this. And now that is super exciting because that is going to be with 2 friends that's come in and sell $40, you're going to get this for the first one and this for the second one. If you come in, this is so exciting, isn't it? Because you come in, you're going to want to work with a friend. So bring in a friend. If you bring in 2 friends, because if you recruit, what happened to me? I recruited my mother-in-law, and then my mom said, I'll do it too. Well, if that happens to you, it was good for me because I liked them both, but my mother and my mother-in-law. And so you recruit your mom and your mother-in-law both, you're going to get this and this, all right? Well, you might say, your sister-in-law might say, well, I want to do it too. Well, if that happens, then you'll have 3 friends in business. If you bring in 3 friends, then you're going to get this too. Oh my goodness, 2 pieces of cookware. When you have 3 friends in, you're going to get this and this and this. And this is only going to, if you do it this week, it's only going to cost you $20 when she sells $40. All right. If she submits $40, you're going to get this $20. I know, right? And so first friend, second friend, third friend. Now what? 4th friend, 5th friend. That's a good job. Pat yourself on the back. But if you do 6, you're going to get all of this. All right. And you get all of it for $30 more. All of this is crazy. I love our Fridge Smart, these Free Smart containers. First of all, you can't see from there, but let me bring it up really close. They have snowflakes on them. Isn't it so cute? They have little snowflakes on it to remind you that's for the freezer. But I will tell you, I use them in the refrigerator all the time too. And they have little grooves on the bottom of them. So to put them in the little groove, and they kind of hold and hug each other a little bit. And they open really easy because when they're ice cold, they're still pliable and they're still open easy, and they're bright and cheery. So that wakes you up and makes you feel good when you pull them out of the freezer because they're so cheery. And they hold half the bag of peas or half a bag of corn or whatever. And so when I open up a bag, I put it in the one it fits. And then when I use half of it or not, I put it in a smaller one. This holds a chicken breast really, really well. This holds 2 or 3 chicken breasts really, really well, really about 2. And then this one down here holds like a steak. These will hold stuffed peppers really, really well. These will hold, I like them for holding like Jimmy's, like stuffed peppers that I make him, the long thin ones, like the hot peppers. Thank you. The hotter peppers. And all of these, guys, you want all of these. I have them all. Every single utensil we can get, you want them because they're never going to hurt your cookware, and they're super, super nice. They never melt ever. So you're not looking for what's missing on your spatula. Like if you ever looked at a spatula and you're like, it's only half there because you keep melting it and melting it. You're like, where did it go? You ate it. That's the bad part, all right? Because if it's not there, somebody ate it, all right? So you don't want that, all right? If you're missing half your spatula, it went in somebody's cheeseburger, all right? And I love these little guys because they are heat resistant. And whether you got the ladle or you got the whisk or you got the spoon that works for you, have you ever had a spoon or a spatula that you went to stir something and it complained and it went, I don't want to do it? Well, this one won't do that, all right? It really works well. And don't use this as a paddle, because that would hurt, all right? Because this is mean, all right? That's a mean one, all right? Ooh, that would have been really bad, all right? Okay, my kids are all growing. I can't do that anymore. They might hit me back, all right? And so all of that, is that not the coolest ever? Well, let me tell you something. I got somebody that's going to tell you all about the perks of the business. She's amazing. Let's talk to her right now. Let's turn it over to our 5-star director. She's going to tell you about the perks, and it's Ellen Lewis, 5-star Ellen. Go, Ellen.
Hi, everybody. It is Ellen. And so I'm so excited to talk to you a little bit about the perks in the business. And so some of the perks in the business, I want you to think about when your kids are sick or when there's a family member that's sick, right? I want you to think about when you have need a mental health day, right? What would your boss say? I remember my very first boss that was not a family member, because I actually worked for my father first. That was my first employment, was for my father. He owned a business. But my first boss outside of a family member. And I remember one time I was legitimately sick. I was in high school and I was legitimately sick. And I told my mom's like, you got to call off work. You have a fever. You're really sick. And I said, Mom, will you please call my boss? Because I'd called off to this boss before, right? And she made me feel so bad. And I'm a worker, okay? I'm not going to call off unless I'm really sick, like unless I'm legitimately have an issue. Like that's not who I am. And so my mom called my boss when I was probably like 16 years old. My mom called my boss and my boss gave her a guilt trip. And my mom was like, wow, I see why you didn't want to call her, right? Now, I was 16, but I know many, many adults who have bosses that are just like that, right? You legitimately are sick. Your children are sick. You have things that are more important, quite honestly, than that job that you need to handle, and your boss gives you a hard time. And so what I want you to think about today, when I'm talking about the perks of the business, I want you to think about a plan B. Because if the last 2 years have taught us nothing else, they have taught us we need a plan B. We need a plan B for when life gets crazy, right? When things go an unexpected hard left, right? We need to have a plan B in place to be able to provide income for our family. So I could sit here and I could talk to you about the trips, and I could talk to you about the fact that I've had a car all these years, and I could talk to you about all those things, because a lot of times that's what a lot of direct sellers talk to you about, right? They're like, they post these pictures on the beach and they're just like, oh, I work for myself and it's so great, right? But what I want you to think about, yeah, that is great. Don't get me wrong, because I do live that life as well. However, I live the plan B life as well. You know, I have kids, I have obligations, I have things like that that pull me away from work on days when I had planned to work, right? And even though I don't report to a boss anymore, so I don't have to worry about the guilt trip that I get when I do need to step away and take care of the most important thing, which is my family. I don't have to worry about that. But at the same time, you know, it's that important to have that plan B so you can step away and take care of those important things. So when I first started in Tupperware, my father was sick. And in the first 6 months of my business, actually, after those 6 months were over, I looked back at my calendar and I averaged out, I went home every 1.5 weeks, and home was about 3 hours away. So anytime I had a gap in my schedule that was more than 36 hours, I'm like, you know what? I'm going home, because I didn't know what was happening. I just knew my dad was really, really sick, and it was scary. And so I made a decision that I wanted to live my life with no regrets, because I didn't know what the future held, but I knew I wanted to spend as much time with my father as possible. That was like a tugging on my heart. And so I was able to do that, right? Every week and a half, I was able to go home essentially. Like I said, I averaged it out. So it wasn't like necessarily clockwork, right? But anytime I had that gap, I was there. And I was so grateful, because about 6 months into the business, my father passed away. And if I hadn't taken that time, I would have missed out on that. And the fact of the matter is, when I look back and I saw that, because it was like probably 9 months, maybe even a year later, that I actually was like, so how often did I actually go home? Because I felt like I was going home all the time. And I averaged it out. And I thought, man, if I had to remember that boss from high school, if I had to call her and tell her every 1.5 weeks that I was going home, one, I would have felt awful about myself, because my confidence would have been low, because I was going against my core values of integrity and of showing up and of working the job, right, and that I get paid for. Like that would go against everything that I had. So my confidence would have been low, and I would have been sad about my father, and right, I'd be feeling guilty about, you know, my being with my family, guilty about not being with my work, guilt all over the place. So, but I didn't feel that, because I had this business that was flexible. Now, fast forward, probably, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6 years later, my in-laws got sick. right? So my in-laws got sick, and I could actually kind of see that coming. They both had Alzheimer's. So it's a progressive thing, right? So you can kind of a little bit see that coming. So I saw that coming, and I realized like, okay, this is going to affect my business. It's going to affect my life. And I was able to balance out all of those things. I was able to work and grow my business and able to be there for my family in the times that they needed me the most. And there was no guilt. There was zero guilt. And that's the power of having that plan B, right? That's the power of putting those things into place. So even if life is great right now, and I'm so happy for you if you are living your best life right now, and you have your dream job, and you have your dream life with a family, or whatever your dream life is, maybe it's a single person, right? You know, whatever that picture is for you, if you're living that life right now, I am so unbelievably happy for you. And there's nobody on this call that is not happy for you. However, you never know what life has coming for you. And so it's always important to put a plan B in place. And that's what this is all about, right? This is about a business that can work alongside your current obligations, right? It can work alongside all of the things that you have going on in your life. It can kind of work parallel with the business, maybe your employment, and then also be building the side business to create income on the side. And that is what it's all about. So let me tell you about today, right? So today, because of my plan B, because of, you know, the way that I've been able to kind of craft this over the years, you know, I carved out today. I was going to go to an art exhibit with my mother. And then a couple of my kids got called off of school because of cold. And one of them I was able to take with us to go to the art exhibit, and we went shopping and all these things, right? But my youngest missed the bus this morning, right? So it threw our morning off on a big tangent, right? And so we had to take him to school, right? So we had to take him to school. On our way back, there was an 8-month pregnant woman in our neighborhood digging her car out of her ditch. And we were like, that's not okay. So we were able to pull over and take care of her and shovel her out for 30 minutes. We were shoveling her out, and we didn't have to worry about being late to work. We didn't have to worry about reporting to a boss and letting them know that we stopped to help a neighbor in need. We didn't have to worry about any of those things because of this plan B all those years ago that we put into place for today. And also, even in the last couple of years, with the pandemic, with all of the changes in life, with some unexpected, medical needs of family members, we were able to finance those things. We were able to be present for those things. And we were able to, continue to grow to higher incomes because of this plan B. And so that's what I want you to think about today. You may have a great job and you absolutely love it. And I love that for you. I absolutely love that for you. There's not anybody on this call that doesn't love that for you. But I want you to think about how cool it would be to have this job that you love and have the security of growing something on the side for you, your family, something that you own, that's something that you can't be released from, right? So if things get weird in the corporate world, they can't say, you know what, sorry, you're doing a great job, but your position has been eliminated, right? You don't have that here, right? That's not how we operate. And so, so I want you to think about that as we're kind of like going forward and just kind of live in that space. And while you're living in that space, something that I want you to think about is, I've been in Tupperware 14 years, and for the last 13 years, I haven't had a car payment or an insurance payment. So while you're thinking about this plan B tonight, and you're like, oh my God, I can't sleep because they're like filling my brain with all these things, I want you to do a little mental math and figure out how many car payments you've made over the last 13 years, and think about how many insurance payments you've made over the last 13 years, and just come up with that number in your head. Would that help your family if you had that money back? I'm sure it probably would. And even if, you know what, maybe again, you're living your best life and you don't need that extra money for your family. Imagine what that money that you saved would do for another family, somebody in your family somebody that's in your community that you could pay that forward to. So I want you to kind of live in that space for the next 24 hours and think about this. And when you can't stop thinking about it, I want you to contact the person that invited you to this tonight. And I want you to tell them, you know, like, hey, tell me more. I have some questions. Tell me more. What can I do? So, all right, I'm going to send this back to Pam Clift, and we will keep going with our evening.
All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I want to know, congratulations to Ann Gardner. You are the winner. Congratulations on our little travel game there when you went to Hawaii with your eyes closed. Boop, boop. And so you're going to get some Pam swag, right? That is awesome. Our little game we played, that was so silly. I was looking at some of the pictures, Jenny's pictures here, and it was pretty silly, pretty funny, all right? And so that was a little silly fun. And so thank you so much, Ellen, for sharing with us about your Tupperware business and your perks. And so we're getting ready to go to Loretta with her profits and sharing how the profits has made a difference in her business. But first, we have another little riddle and see who our lucky winner will be on our riddle and who else is going to get some fun Tupperware. If you're a consultant and you win Pam swag. And if you're a guest and you win, you're going to win free Tupperware. All right. So the Pam swag is obviously Tupperware business building fun stuff. And free Tupperware is fun stuff for your kitchen. All right, so here we go. It's a little riddle. See who's the first to win it. All right, first to get it, okay? Let's see. Who went to the dance? Here's the question. There's a frog and a steer and a duck and a deer and a skunk went to the dance, but they needed $1 to get in. So who got to go to the dance? Who did not get in because they didn't have $1? Who did not get in because they did not have $1? Now let's think about this. There was a frog and a steer and a duck and a deer and a skunk. Who did not get in because they did not have $1? All right, we're gonna come back to you on this one. Who can guess it? Who can figure that one out? And let's go to Loretta. And you'll have some time to think on that while Loretta shares with us. Take it away, Loretta.
All right. I'm still trying to figure out who got in. Anyway, hey, my name's Loretta, and I've been with Tupperware for 27 years. And I did not need the money. I was working the American dream, right? I had that corporate job. I worked downtown Cleveland. I worked 60, 70 hours a week. I managed the department. I went to college. I was right. I was doing it. But I was at a party and I was 8 months pregnant and I was starting a family. And I was just listening to the woman there, and she had quit her full-time job. She had 3 boys. Now she has 4. And anyway, so I started asking questions because I was 8 months pregnant. Because, you know, you say things you don't normally say when you're pregnant. You got more hormones. Anyway, so long story short, I said, no, you can't talk to me unless my husband's there, because he's the bad guy, right? And anyway, he said yes. And I said no. But anyway, I joined because I thought, all right, fine, I'll just get me some Tupperware, okay, at a discounted price. All right. So I'm still working full-time hours. I'm starting my family, and I'm really, really crabby on Sunday night because I got to work on Monday, and I don't leave until the project is done because it's salary. Okay. I'm not paid hourly, and everything. And so I quit my full-time job. But before I did that, I was in Tupperware, and Pam had one of her chats with me. All right. So if you ever have a chat with Pam, if you ever have that opportunity, you might want to take her up on it, because she has a way of motivating and inspiring you. Because I was really, really going to quit Tupperware. Because I just, I don't know. I didn't think it was me. I'm shy. I don't like to talk in front of people. I'm not a salesperson. Well, that was me 27 years ago. Anyway, so I quit, and I knew that I needed to bring in $3,000 a month to cover where, if my husband was working full time and everything, that's what I would need. Okay. So I quit. And as a consultant, you make, your profit two ways: your base commission, 25%, and then a monthly volume bonus. Okay. So you have two streams of income, and that's great. But as a leader, you add two more streams of income. So now you can add more by bringing more people and helping more people into this business. All right. And then as a director, you're making even more money because you have more volume and you have leaders on your team. Okay. So I have gone from making that $3,000 a month. When I got serious, I wanted to do this. And I've had monthly bonus checks from $5,000, $6,000. Pam used to print these up for us when we used to meet. I have oh, by the way, these are monthly bonus checks. My husband's worked at his company for 30 plus years now, and his year-end bonus for many years was the Giant Eagle $50 gift card. Okay. These are monthly bonus checks. All right. And yes, we have some awesome months. 15, 16,000. Ellen's probably hit 20,000 or more. So these are monthly bonus checks. And so like Ellen said, this was never my plan A. All right. This was just going to be from extra Tupperware, but this gave me the freedom and the flexibility to choose my income, whether I wanted to make a lot or if I just needed some side money. I got to choose that. I got to put the hours in where I could put the hours in and raise my family, send them to private school, because my husband was like, no, we can't afford the private school. That's going to have to cut that out of the budget. And I said, oh, no, we're not. Okay. I can raise my income. And so this business truly is a golden opportunity for me and my family. And I've been able to cut up credit cards, no credit card debt. I've been able to supply the fun in the family. Okay. My budget goes to, well, you can see here, all these trips, Hawaii, Disney. My kids have been to Norway. They've been to Italy because of the trips I've earned from Tupperware. And so there is financial freedom in this business, and you choose. You can make an executive business. You can make an executive income in this. You have to choose. And you've heard Ellen talk about it, how she's made this work for her family, and not only her family, but other families. How can we help other families? I've made TFFs. That's Lydia and I in the front of a flyer, just for sharing what this product does for you. It helps family eat healthier. It helps families save money. And then come on in and try us, because that's pretty much what I was just coming in for the discount. Okay. And I was able to turn it around and make it a family business for me. And I just want to share that when there's stress in your family because of a budget, because of finances, sometimes you and your husband just don't see eye to eye to things. And this always makes me cry. But I do believe that this business helped me save our marriage, because I was able to bump it up a little. I was able to help more families and bring in that extra income and pay off those credit card bills. I was able to supply our family with a family car for 25 years. 25 years of no car payments, no insurance payments, free tires. If the windshield cracks, I've never had one crack, they take care of it. If a deer hits your car, because it wasn't me hitting the deer, right? They take care of that. And so Ellen talked about that. No car payment. And these are brand new cars. I get a new car every 2 years. Okay. And so let's just average it at $800 a month, another $100 for insurance. Okay. My husband and I both get to drive this car, personal and business, for 25 years. I'm looking at almost $300,000. That's in addition to my monthly income. All right. And that money went towards my kids' private education, and it goes towards our groceries, and it goes towards all the extras in this business. So if you're looking for that little more, yes, these little Tupperware containers, the Tupperware bowls, they're awesome for your family, for your kitchen and all that. It also can provide your family with that financial freedom that you can enjoy. So Pam, that's what I've got.
Right. Okay, so did you see who put in, I believe it was, who put in, the answer first? Let me tell you the answer first, and then we'll figure out who put it in first, okay? The answer is, okay, well, let me share. The answer is, the frog had a greenback, so he had a buck. He got in. The steer had 4 quarters, so he had a buck. He got in. The duck had a bill. He had a buck. He got in. The deer had a buck. He got in. But the skunk only had a cent. He didn't get in. So the skunk did not get in. So who got that first?
Kathy Buckley.
Kathy Buckley. All right. Kathy Buckley, you're smart. You had a recruit today too. So Kathy Buckley already got her knife set when she has her recruit turn in their first $40 order. Whoop, whoop. Kathy is smart. All right. So congratulations, Kathy. You know what? This has been a fun night, right, guys? This has been very fun night, and it's Pizza Perks and Profit. And I will go live later this evening, so you watch for me on the team page, because I'm going to go live with recognition from January. So if you want to hear your recognition from January, listen up. You're going to hear it tonight. And we'll also be giving away some of our drawings from last week. If you had a chance to get in on all of those drawings, I'm going to do that this evening too on the champion team page. And but we're still going to give away our host drawing right now and our guest drawing right now. And if this is your first time on tonight, we're going to do our guest drawing for that. That is our consultant guest drawing right now. So Jessica, how many guests do we have on for our consultant guest drawing?
Christy with Christy Greer.
All right, Christy,
Hey.
that is our consultant guest drawing. And
Yeah.
so we have just one.
Mm-hmm.
She's an automatic winner. All right. So congratulations, Christy, with Christy Greer. That is awesome. And so you're an automatic winner and you win Pam Swag. Awesome. All right. So how many guests do we have on Tupper guests tonight?
10.
From Pizza Perks and Profits.
10.
10. Woo-hoo. All right, so you guys are in the drawing to win the $100 studio stash. All right, and so this is exciting because when you win, you will get a personal phone call to do a tour with our personal shopper, and so you'll get to see what's at the studio that you would like to get. Studio for up to $100 worth of Tupperware that we have at our studio. We will ship it out to you at no charge to you. Is that pretty exciting? All right. So I hope you've enjoyed this evening, both of our guests and our hosts this evening. And I hope you've looked us over and decided to join our team. We are a national team. We have people all over North America that are part of Champion. And I hope you've looked us over and said, oh, I have nothing to lose, because if you actually take the dollar total, you really have nothing to lose. And try and see. That is the really coolest part about this business, is the try and see business. Because honestly, if you try it and you like it, stay with it. If you try it and you're like, it's not for me, you lose nothing. You get to keep all of the cool stuff and get a discount while you're trying it out at the same time. And try the Buyers Club. You just might find out. Bring them in the door and maybe they'll want more, is my philosophy, all right? Because that's what I did. I came in and found out, wow, this could be something more. And you might just find out you're driving a company car in a few weeks. That's what happened to me. You'll never know. All right. And so Alexa, you got those numbers 1 through 10?
I do. They're numbered.
Okay. Why don't you read them off to us?
We have Tina with me, Nicole with me, Jennifer with Angie, Hannah with Tammy, Molly with Vicky, Vicky with Amy, Virginia with Tammy, Thelma with Tammy, Rebecca with me, and Marissa with Lori. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. All right. Alexa, give me a random number between 1.
I already did.
No, Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 10.
A random number is 5.
5.
Number 5. is Thelma with Tammy. Congratulations. Yay.
Congratulations. Tammy, you're a lucky winner. I love it. Your people win lots. It's so fun for you and all of us. All right. Tammy is one of our top consultants at Champion. That's awesome. Congratulations, Tammy. All right. And now we are going to do our host drawing. How many hosts do we have on tonight?
6.
6. So this is our host drawing. I knew there'd be probably fewer hosts than guests. So your chances are just a little bit easier to win. And so let's read off of all of our host names.
We have Dottie with me, Grace with Gina, Lauren with Robin, Cheryl with Robin, Linda with Robin. Wow, Robin. And then Sarah with Sabilla.
All right. Congratulations.
Yay.
Thanks for being with us, all of our hosts. And we really can't ever do our Tupperware business with all of our guests and hosts. So thank you so much for being guests and hosts with our company anyways. So let's give it up. And Alexa, give us a random number between 1 and 6. Hey, Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 6.
Here's a number between 1 and 6. It's 2.
2.
Number 2 on my list is Dottie. Congratulations, Dottie. She's with me. Yay.
All right. Congratulations, Dottie. Okay, this has been so fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as we have, and we will look forward to having another opportunity to do Pizza Perks and Profits. And you know what? Tonight, if you decide that you would like to be part of our champion team, we have a special gift for you for joining within the next few hours. If you do it before the evening tonight is over, before midnight, you just let us know, because you'll have an extra gift from Pam and Jim for making that decision before the clock starts 12. All right. It's like Cinderella. All right. We have a bonus gift from Champion for you for making that decision. You'll get free Tupperware from Pam and Jim, a little gift, bowl set, and token gift from Pam and Jim. And thank you so much for being champions. And that is just 2. Those are on that were mentioned tonight in our guests and draw. Thank you so much for being with us this evening, everybody. I'll be going live tonight for recognition. Bye, guys.